All right, so here I have the Concorde crossbow. This is from Parker, and Parker has a lot of crossbows in their lineup. This one looked really kind of cool just because of the fact that you can push a button and literally draw the string up without having to use extra cords or a winding device. So it's actually the easy button, so to speak. It's been around for a long time actually, and it's been primarily used for wounded warriors or people that have issues with pulling strings. The only reason I bought it really was just because I was given a really great price on it. I'm not sure if I'll keep it long term or give it to a friend that might be able to use it. But I thought it was kind of cool because literally all it is a push button. You just have to just push this down, put it over the cable. Oops, this is got my compound bow thing on. And it'll literally draw the string up. And it's ready to fire. It does have a little bit of a wind sound. You can actually lower this cable the same way by pushing the button and pulling the firing trigger. There's lots of information on the Parker website on using this crossbow. One of the things about bows nowadays, because this has been out actually for quite a few years, I think since about 2009, and then there's been updates and upgrades to it, is that you just don't see a bow like this on the market now. There's some winding ones. It's not particularly fast. It goes 100 with 175-pound limbs. We'll get around 300 feet per second or less with a 425 grain arrow. So it's not blistering speeds by any means by today's crossbow standards, but it'll do the job for deer easily. You could probably think of it as a compound bow with a 330 foot per second IBO. So it'd be shooting a 330 foot per second bow would be shooting an arrow roughly that speed at 425 feet, or with a 425 grain arrow. Anyway, it's all cocked up. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it. You have to buy these cylinders. I bought a few of them. I noticed some of them were empty, which really annoyed me, so I'm gonna have to reship those. But the good thing is you can still pull it up with cables or caulking strings. Anyway, let's go ahead and shoot it through the chronograph just to show you the speed. You do need to order Parker bolts, or at least I recommend that. And you'll notice that they have a U-shaped knock. So let's go outside and we'll shoot it through the... All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and load this. Again, put the knock vane down. Try to keep your fingers behind the string because you don't want to lose them. Make sure it's set properly. Then you can push this onto the fire setting, point it in a safe direction. I'm going to aim it through the chronograph. And we have 294 feet per second for that 425 grain bolt, more or less. The setup comes with this red hot scope, and I actually like the scope quite a bit. It looks like it goes out to 20, 30, 40, 50 yards without any problem, which is great for deer hunting ranges and less. So it's a little heavy, but I think that's fine if you've got a special stand or something like that. But this is really an ideal bow maybe for a parent that's older than me, grandparent I guess would be a better way to put it, or disabled person to maybe be able to get out there with a crossbow and be able to manipulate and handle it a little bit better. So I do think there's a place for this, but there is so many nice winding devices nowadays that maybe there's a shelf life on how many more this bow will be out. I'm not sure because it's been on the market for a long time. But anyway, again, I thought it was really cool just to be able to push a button, pull the cable back or string back and shoot a bolt. All right, so I've shot this crossbow quite a bit now. I've used the draw cords, and I've also played with the CO2 and got to knowing it a lot better. And actually I was kind of talking about how disabled people might use it and elderly people. I have a friend who crossbow hunts quite a bit in tree stands, and he has a hard time using this in a small little tree stand. Hard to bend over and all that kind of stuff in a small little tree stand. So I actually think that this might have a usefulness in a lot of other hunting scenarios as well. I realize the average person watching this video probably isn't going to run out and buy one, but the more I played with this, the more impressed I am. You can see how this could be a useful tool in various scenarios. That said, I realize there's winding mechanisms and other things out there, but let me just kind of demonstrate. You know, pretend it's a cold day, because it is, and I found it to work really well so far in cold weather. But I'm up in this high tree stand. I'm kind of scared of heights, let's say. Well, I am anyway. And so let's go ahead and imagine a scenario where I don't want to stand up and bend over 15 feet above the ground. I'm just sitting in my tree stand instead. Well, you can just push this down, click it, and I've noticed this works well in cold weather still. This pulls right up, cocks, and it's ready to rock. Obviously you put the index vein down again. Keep your fingers away from the strings, push back. Make sure that it's engaged. It's engaged now. Just make sure that the knock is in the string. I can put this up. I'm still 20 feet above the ground. I didn't have to do anything crazy. I see a bear over there. And bullseye. So actually I'm really impressed with this. This works a lot better than I thought it was. I thought it was a little bit more of a novelty. But I can see it being a real handy tool for the right needs or people or interest. Anyway, thanks for watching.